Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. We've got a very impatient Vizsla wanting to set off on his ride. We're at Caberston Forest, otherwise known as Golfie. Fabulous trails. It's where the EWS or EWC as it's called now visits when it's in the UK. World-class trails, genuinely superb. It's the entrance is here. It's actually at the golf course, hence the name Golfie. Can't park on this car park here or there, but there is car parking down the road there. We've been really lucky today and got a great spot. You can park in town as well. It is only about 1.5 miles down the road. So what we're doing today is a beginner guide to Golfie. So look, you know, these trails aren't easy, so they do expect a certain level of ability. They're quite steep, very natural, completely different to trail centre type trails. So you know, you need to be fairly competent riding more natural stuff and steeper trails. But we do feel that there is certain trails here which lend themselves better for your first time. So we're going to do a route today. I'm going to map it on Trailforks. Lindsay's going to map it on her phone. So we've got GPX as well. So we'll share the route and then we'll take you through the process. Crazy mode. He's off. Okay, so we've just done a very short climb, not getting too much elevation. We're going to ride a track called Stinger into Plan B, which I'll do a patch over now so you can see where that is on Trailforks. Stinger is graded red, Plan B is graded black 1. So the beauty of the trails here at Golfie is that the blacks are rated as well. So they go, I think, 1 to 4, I think it is. So we're going to go down here just to give you this is what we would consider to be a squirrel catcher for Golfie. So if you can get down this, ride it, and you're comfortable, then we can move on to the other tracks in the Golfie. So the nature of these trails in the Golfie is very natural, lots of route. Scratched into the side of the hill, really tight in the trees, loads of fun, some steep sections, some chutes, some shale, really a bit of everything. Obviously we've got GoPro effect here, but even this is relatively steep, so it is a good squirrel catcher. If you get down this and you're comfortable and you're finding it fun, you can move on to some other trails on the hill and know that you're going to have a great day and not be getting out your depth. And it is surprisingly incredibly dry considering how much rain it's put down in July, and we nearly didn't come here last night. It was showing awful rain everywhere in the UK, and it was a kind of a last minute decision really, just to jump in the van, and kind of decided very late last night that Peebles area was showing okay weather compared to most places. So I'm really surprised at how dry this trail is. Some of the other trails on the hill might be a bit wetter. You can see there's lots of route, making Lindsay's Mushy's wheels dance. That is what you're into at Golfie. And it's good to follow someone down here. See, I just lost my front wheel there. There you go. That wasn't even a wet route. So there we go, and that's that one finished. So that gives you a real good indication of what you're going to be in for. So we're going to get up, and next one I think is New York, New York, which is all the way from the top. So we're off now doing the main climb up to New York, New York, which is a superb track. And it's quite a long climb. It's pretty much fire road all the way until you get onto the moor at the top. So me and the Mush were just reminiscing about our first time up at Golfie. I think we rode very similar tracks actually, because I remember feeling very nervous. And I still get some butterflies sometimes when I come up here. Probably more excitement than nerves, but there are still tracks here that are too much for me. But sort of like to push myself onto them at some point. What about you, Mush? Your first time here, which tracks did you ride?
I think we did like 3G, community service, and flat white.
Yeah. Again, there's definitely better tracks to ride now we know the place.
Yeah.
Maybe some of those tracks have developed.
to say I did feel out of my depth, but in some sections, but I liked it a lot and wanted to come back.
Yeah, I think that's generally how I felt as well. Okay, so this is actually day 2 re-recording New York, New York. The footage was terrible, I'm afraid, so we're back up to record again today. I'm going to stop at the trees and just check their lens is okay. I think Lindsay will be there waiting for me, she's recording as well. So, New York, New York, fantastic track, features on the EWS circuit regularly. It's, I would say, most mortals warm-up track. It opens in the trees, nice and flowy, some nice berms, get regular work done to them to keep them in decent shape, and then completely changes in nature when you get in the trees. Gets very tight, it's red at the top and then it comes into a black too. Alright, oh, we're in the trees, very rooty affair, very up and down, lots of undulation. It's generally quite a steep track, lots of little chutes like that. And just lovely, superbly built corners. The trail builders here are an absolute genius. And then, you know, the team that are keeping it in good order as well. TVTA, lots of local digs. So, absolute hoops of a track. It is long, I think it's about a kilometre. I think so. It's just one of those. Take your time, enjoy it. So yeah, the footage yesterday, fortunately it was really bouncy. Hadn't put the max stabilisation on and it was practically unwatchable. Which for these modern generation of cameras, you know, they're so good without gimbals. If anyone's thinking of making any footage, this is a Hero 11. I like the small size and the weight. Yeah, it feels really good. It's a little bit smaller. Obviously hasn't got the screens on it, so you can't sort of check what you're recording. But as a set and forget on a chesty, fantastic, get the angle right, and then it's just superb, just leave it there, let it do its thing. Trail's riding really well. So the beauty of these Golfie tracks is that they are pretty much all weather. Pretty wet today. Yeah, these trails are wet, the routes are a bit snipery. Oh, it's completely rideable. Does make these trails kind of all weather, which is awesome in the UK with shit weather we get. It does help. Certainly our local spot, Rivington, when it gets really wet is kind of unrideable to a degree. Or certainly the tracks that we like to ride on. It's so much fun.
Oh, I need a break first. No rest yet. Oh. Oh.
Fatigue setting in now, but the end is close. Hello. All right, guys, how are you doing? Just been saying what a great job you guys are doing on this video. So this is a new track, so we're heading down here and bearing left. It's the lower Wardel way, the upper Wardel way being up on this side. It's classed as red on Trail Forks, so we're hoping that it is a good beginner track, because that's kind of the aim of the video, and it could be a nice one to ride after New York, New York. It's quite a short transition, so let's go and have a look at this. Nice. Oh yeah, lovely corners. It's quite steep. Nice and loose. This is really, really well built. Nice flow trail, which again, it's similar to the upper Wardel way. Quite flowy for a Golfie track. Golfie tracks are normally very similar to New York, New York, really, you know, more tech than flow. So this feels like a real nice change, you know. Slow. It's just puts a massive smile on the face of this trail. Definitely one of those you'll be able to flow really nicely down this one, you know the track. But it's good. It's very good. And yeah, I would say it's a really good beginner track. It's nice, isn't it? Loads of fun. So we're heading back up now to do a track called Repeat Offender. I think that is a black 2. We're going to ride that and then do flat white. If you're not feeling a climb back to the top again, then you could have quite easily got 2 flat white as a nice finisher. But we're going to crack on and do Repeat Offender and then flat white, so the choice is yours. Yeah, well. Okay, so again, re-record from yesterday. This is Repeat Offender. So same as New York, New York, very similar track in its nature. Very dark in the trees. Oh, the cameras are really good actually, they don't seem to struggle now in low light. But yeah, it's just a really nice track, a little bit more technical, a little bit more janky, a few more routes. You'll see some kind of like ledgy drops, smallish ledgy drops, but into corners. So the real, you really have to be on your toes with it. Not a fast track for me. Might be for the pros. Just brush my shoulder on that tree. Gives you an idea of how tight it is. Really are world class, these trails. That's why it's just such a popular area to ride. Once you feel you've got these kind of tracks in you, these natural tracks, they're a lot harder than trail centre stuff. Lots more going on. Okay, so there you go, ledge you drop into a corner. It's the kind of feature you've got on this trail. Oh, there's another one. Straight into a corner with a root on it. And there you go, I'm down. So that's me, should have gone a little bit slower into that. Hey! On we go. Ran out of skill, which happens quite often here. Wait for Lindsay here.
Oh, me. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ah. Wow! Oh, no, it's so much steeper this one. Woohoo! Oh, I love this bit. You! Oh, whee! Oh, man.
So I've been telling myself to push my weight further back on this bike, and I think I've just reached the limit of how far I can push it back. It's all good, I'm fine. So it's, I think this is, what I've always kind of thought about these tracks is that, look, I'm not saying crashing and not getting hurt, I think a lot of time is just luck, but these jankier, slower speed tracks, at least you're not kind of flying at 20 mile an hour and hitting the surface or a tree or something like that. So I think I'd rather have my crashes or spills on here than I would on a fast flow trail, to be honest. Okay, so flat white. As I said, very easy to get carried away on this track, so that's what I think it's potentially for that reason. I think it's quite a hard track, really. As I said, it used to be everybody's warm-up track, but I don't really think, because of the nature of the speed, I think really it needs to be treated with more respect. It's a perfect one to do at the end of this day. If you've been feeling the other tracks and you've been enjoying it, yeah, it's a lot faster. Quite slippy, lots of shaly corners. Yeah, I'm definitely not used to this bike yet. I'm enjoying it, it's a great bike, just not quite dialed in with it yet. Oop, a little bit wide there. Just not aggressive enough with it yet. I I'm just not quite sort of pumping it through corners like I did on the Bronson. Really I'm being a bit lazy on it really, but that's just because I'm not sure where the grip is yet. I'm not sure how far I can lean it over. I'm just not quite gelled. Jump! So I've been tweaking the suspension a little bit today. I'm not convinced. Convinced it's fully dialed in. Flat white. Beautiful track, so much fun. So that's us done. Flat white, great track, really fast, super flowy, really good fun. Yeah, so that's logged on Trailforks. We'll also put a link, a GPX file link up as well, so you can follow that route. I hope you found that useful. It's been a lot of fun filming it. We've had a great day, so yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time.